This is Zion Valley, a red rock desert zoo set in the heart of the USA. So sit back, relax, and join me as we take the trail less travelled and discover the beauty of this park together. Welcome to Zion. Hey everyone, Beaver here with Beaver-Games. Welcome to the dam. Today is the first episode of a brand new zoo series, the first proper series on my channel, so I'm really excited for that. And we are building the entrance building and car park area for our new zoo. Zion Valley is situated somewhere in the centre of the United States. My inspirations for this zoo come from Zion National Park in Utah and Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. So placing this zoo somewhere in the middle of those two areas makes the most sense to me. Zion Valley is a zoo idea I've had for a long time. I began building a version of this zoo a couple of years ago, but I felt like I overstretched and burnt myself out pretty quickly and left it largely unfinished. But now with the addition of the latest America's Animal Pack, my inspiration and motivation to build this zoo has been renewed, and I'm so happy to be starting this project again, and this time inviting you along on the journey with me as well. I lived out in Colorado for a few months when I was younger. I actually had my 5th birthday out there, and whilst I don't remember a lot from that time, I do remember the absolutely stunning Garden of the Gods, and watching a lot of YouTube videos of the garden for inspiration has been very nostalgic for me. The animals in the zoo are from the desert and grassland regions of North America, including a couple of animals from the America's Animal Pack. I'm not going to spoil anything by telling you the animals just yet, but I'm very happy with the selection I've chosen, and I'm very keen to get building for them as the series progresses. The entrance I'm building at the moment is heavily inspired by the entrance to Zion National Park. I've chosen to colour the Indonesian brick walls in a shade of terracotta, taking inspiration from the real-life building. I've also recreated a couple of features into my build that in real life are really innovative ways of keeping the building at a pleasant temperature. These cooling towers take in hot air at the top, and then as the air hits the evaporation pads inside and cools, the air sinks to the bottom and is filtered out into the building through the air vents. Similarly, the high place windows let the low winter sunlight in to heat the building, but in the summer it stops any light and heat when the sun is at its highest. So the building is kept hotter in the winter and cooler in the summer. This floor was my own creation. I started by covering the floor in black plaster pieces and then laid a tile pattern over the top using the bronze plinth pieces that have been sunk into the ground. I really liked the design, and I think the end result came out well. You'll notice in the end cinematics around the outside of my building, I have a border of mud panels to hide the bronze tiles that were sticking out from the inside of the building. This building is still missing details like lights, ceiling supports, and implied solar panels on the roof, but I'll probably add those off camera in the future and show you in an update video later down the road. Just before we move on, I hope you've noticed and are enjoying the new custom music. For this series in Zion, I'm choosing to stay away from the same Planet Zoo music we've heard 100 times over, and I've got a number of different music tracks which I hope are more fitting to the feel of Zion in general. Moving on to the car park now, and I want to give a big shout out to Fatal in Gunter's Gaming Discord server. Fatal planned the car park for me, and I'm grateful for their contribution, because car parks are not my forte in Planet Zoo. The real life Zion National Park car park is huge, and I struggle to consider which parts of this car park to use, and how I could represent the whole thing, whilst just building a small part of it. Fatal suggested this layout, which is the layout I've chosen to build in this zoo. Although Zion Valley is definitely a desert zoo, I want to make sure there's a good amount of appropriate foliage throughout the build. Both Zion National Park and Garden of the Gods are both very green with vegetation, and I want to reflect that in my zoo as well. I'm going to make sure to be using a lot of grasses and shrubs in the open areas, whilst using appropriate trees as well. It's going to be far from barren and arid like some deserts we see. Unfortunately, the choices for North American desert foliage are limited in the game, so I've chosen to use other desert tree types in my zoo as well. The olive tree is particularly good, and there's a really nice contrasting counterpart to the marula tree. I've used a couple of desert ironwood trees as well to provide occasional pops of colour, but these will be sparing throughout the park. I'll be using cacti plants a lot throughout the zoo. I just didn't feel like having them in the car park would be the most realistic. I create parking bays across the car park and more accessible parking using the FlexiColor lattice pieces as cross-hatching areas. I found this saved on piece count rather than making my own, and it looks neater as well. We're coming to the end of the speed build now. If you've enjoyed this video, please like below and comment to let me know you've had a good time. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. I hope you enjoyed the cinematics. For now though, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Feel the heartbeat of the land so grand, where time slips like grains of desert sand. Listen close to the whispers of the breeze, hear the stories etched in the canyons and trees. Welcome to Zion, the sun paints the sky, where the earth meets the heavens and spirits can fly. Whispers of the wild in every stone's hue. Zion's song waits for you. Welcome to Zion, the sun paints the sky, where the earth meets the heavens and